Well, anyway, this place has got some history, and I mean, after a while, you just expect it to be perfect like this, and most of the time it is.
It is. And by the way, Logan Webb will be joining us. It's great. We grabbed Kipe from the hallway. We made him come in and hop in. Oh, here he is.
And here's the man right
Here's
here.
the kid.
Logan Webb.
Here he is.
I'd rather not give up the microphone to Logan Webb. Hey, good morning, by the way.
Yeah, good morning,
Good to see
Logan.
you.
Kipe, you can sit here to do it together.
No, that's
Let's
fine.
do it together.
Nope.
No?
This is
Seating
Logan's
the-
time.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Wouldn't you like Kipe to interview you?
right now?
Yeah, we're
we
live.
are. We're live, buddy.
Logan.
Oh, man.
We're
Mid-segment.
going live, buddy.
You don't want to do it with me?
Ladies and gentlemen, Logan, here he is. Give him a mic.
I would love to do it with you.
Do we have? We don't
I
have two
missed you.
mics,
I haven't
do
seen
we?
you in a while.
If I do it with you, I'm going to tell them about your golf day
Yeah.
in Kona.
A golf
We
day in
don't,
Kona.
we don't have to talk
Oh,
about that.
what happens in Kona?
What happens?
Stays in
stays
Kona. Yeah.
Well, look at you, Ace.
How we doing?
Good
What's
morning.
up, Logan?
How we
How-
doing? Good
We're
morning.
saying good morning because that's what the rule is, right? We got to go around and say good morning.
Yes, it is good morning with a handshake too. So I'll give you
Okay.
a
Let's
Oh,
shake your hand.
perfect.
There it
It's
is.
not official, Logan. What's going
And you
on,
got to
man?
give a good handshake and you got to look him in the eye.
Exactly.
Right? There you go, man. Well, let's go big picture, man. How you feeling?
I feel good. It's exciting to be back out here. You can't beat this weather right now. I know it's the fam back home in Sacramento said the weather was not
Little drizzly.
a little drizzly, a little drizzly back home last week or so. But yeah, it's good to be out here. It's good to have everyone in camp. A lot of new faces. It's exciting times here.
And you're going to be on the bump tomorrow, correct?
I am, yes.
All right. So what's the game plan? 1-2 innings? You're just kind of feeling the waters out?
Just see how many strikes I can throw. That's
you
about
go.
it.
There
If
you
it
go.
goes 500 feet, it's all right. Just as long as I'm throwing strikes.
Logan, we've had a ton of guests in here that we feel like we've prepared for this interview with you by interviewing Brian Price and Bob Melvin and Patrick Bailey, all these people associated with your spring training. Let's start with the manager. It's a big change. And again, I've been saying this to everybody. When there's a change, everybody tends to sort of like bury the old regime and all that. I'm sort of not asking you to do that, but I am asking you to identify the difference for you in the voice coming out of the coaching staff this spring.
It's I would say there's just a little bit more of the old school type of doing things, which is I think it's a good positive change that we're having. I think we as players, to be honest with you, I thought we got away from some of that stuff last couple of years, and then you get a guy like Bob to come in. He's strict, right? It's there's no nonsense. It's straight to the point, and I think we need that, especially. I mean, there's a lot of young guys here, and it's I think structure can be positive in a good way. Strict structure. So good to have, and I'm excited, especially for the young guys, to have a guy like that. My first year in the big leagues, I had Boach, so I got a little taste of that right away, and I personally loved it. I think as a young guy, I probably needed that, right? So I think it's going to be great for our young guys now.
Well, it's funny because we talk so much about the young rotation, but Logan, you just turned 27 yourself. You're still a pretty young man, but you are the veteran of this staff now. How much of a leadership role have you found yourself taking this year, whether it's having guys say good morning to everybody before the practices start, or just what that looks like for you now, going from being one of the younger guys to now being a leader?
Yeah, I think Cobb and Robbie are still the veteran guys. Everything I do, I go through them. I think everything these young guys do, they need to go through those two. There's a lot of experience, a lot of good pitching that they've had. There's I don't know how many years Robbie has. I know Cobb's like 13 or 14. He's old, right? No, I'm just kidding. He's not old, but there's a lot of knowledge to be given, especially from those guys. And everything everything I've done is through those guys. It's through the guys I've learned from in the past. Guys like Kevin Gosman, Jeff Samardzija, Bum, Johnny. Like, it's a lot of good veteran guys that I got to be in a rotation with that taught me, the right ways, that taught me how to, be a professional. And I think, like I said, Cobb and Robbie are perfect examples of that. So being able to pass that down, the good morning thing, I think it's cool to have, it starts with a good morning and it turns into a conversation, and then all of a sudden, it could be a dinner, it could be, our wives meeting each other. It's, I just thought that was a good way, because, I was a young guy once. You're scared to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
That kind of takes it all out of the way.
Well, look at us. We said good morning, and here we are chatting away.
Exactly.
Here we are.
Yeah.
All right, brother. I'm looking at your baseball card right now. I'm going to give you the last 2 years here. 2022, 15-9 with a 2.90, 192 innings. 2023, 11-13, 3.25, 216 innings to lead all of baseball. So those are two extremely established years in the big leagues with great numbers all across the board. So the question is, what does Logan Webb do to, I don't know where he's not reinvent himself, but to prepare himself for another year like that? What do you do now that you've established your stuff? How do you maintain and build?
That's the crazy thing I've learned about baseball, and you always got to adapt and just try to keep getting better and better each year. For me, it's getting into it was getting into the weight room, getting that strong foundation back up again to hopefully try and throw over 200 innings again, right? Hopefully get a little bit more wins this year. I was pretty upset about I went from 15-9 to 11-13, and I carry that. It's something that I was not happy about. So I, getting back to that, I think for me it's getting to the basics, right? Like I said, I'm gonna come in tomorrow and I'm just gonna try to throw strikes. I think sometimes I put a little too much stock into some stuff. I think last spring, I had a couple outings in spring that I didn't feel very comfortable with. Not comfortable, but just wasn't too happy about. And I brought that negative energy into the season. I started off 0-4. That wasn't fun, So instead of doing that, just getting out here, making sure I'm feeling good and not too worried about results necessarily right now. Obviously, I don't want to give up 6 runs, but just making sure I'm pounding the zone and hopefully, having quick innings so I can get the guys back in there. And spring training games can kind of be a lull sometimes, so hopefully stay out of that. And then I'm excited to pitch, but also watch these young kids throw and do their thing. I've tried to preach to them, just go out there and have fun, throw strikes, and these guys already do that. They already got the stuff to do it. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's everyone's throwing 98. It seems like. I was excited. I hit 94 the other day, my live BP, and I was so excited. They sent me the report afterwards, and I was the slowest thrower by 3 miles per hour. Out of 8 guys, and I'm like, how's that? Man, that stinks, but
Yeah, but building off that, the success you had last year, leading Major League Baseball in innings pitched, being a Cy Young finalist. I saw MLB Network put out their top 100 players yesterday, and you were on that list. So what does it mean to you to be recognized as one of the best pitchers in baseball?
It's obviously a very cool honor. I didn't think I was going to be one of the top 3 finalists, to be honest with you. I'm happy that I was, obviously, but I think just getting back to, if I can go into every outing, trying to do my job, trying to, get to 6th, 7th, 8th, hopefully 9th innings. I think, I've preached it. I know Kyle has said I preached it, but, getting through 6 every time, giving your team, he said get to 6, which he messed that up, by the way. It's not get to 6 and stop. It's keep going, but at least get to 6, that's the bare minimum. So, putting your team in the best position to win and giving your, these bullpen guys, it's incredible what they do. To be able to throw all the time and be prepared every single day. I know I couldn't do it. I get 4 days in between. I get spa days and all that stuff. But making sure we're taking, as a starter, making sure you're taking care of those guys as well. Trying to put them in the best positions as well.
It's funny you mentioned Kyle in the comment. It's in my head because I just showed my kid Bull Durham, right? And you think of Crash Davis, he's supposed to bring along Nuke LaLoosh. You're not Crash Davis, but you do have a baby Nuke LaLoosh, Kyle Harrison. So I'm wondering, like, Crash teaches him the cliches you tell the media and, wash your shower shoes and all that stuff. But is there a Logan Webb tutoring of Kyle Harrison?
I don't, to be honest with you, that kid is wise beyond his years. He doesn't need too much tutoring. If anything, I would say Cobb is Crash Davis. I'll give him that. But yeah, there's little things like just how to, I think, just be professional and do all your stuff, and he already does all that. So now it's just him going out there and being confident. I'm excited for a lot of these young guys because they, I'm not saying none of us have won a job, right? But we have to come in every single time to. But I think they're a little bit more comfortable this year. Not worried about maybe the next day getting sent down to minor league camp as early, and just being built out, being able to throw a lot of innings in spring and getting that full routine down early. I think it's going to be incredible for those guys.
Yeah, and getting back to the young rotation that we were talking about earlier, whether it's Kyle Harrison, Keaton Wayne, Tristan Beck, those guys, but even beyond that, who are some names that Giants fans should be keeping an eye on, whether we're talking Mason Black, Landon Roop, Carson Wisenhunt, that group of guys?
Well, I think you just named most of them. There's, like I said, you watch these guys, and you'll see them in the games, but you watch them in their bullpens and do their work and stuff, and it's pretty impressive. It's fun for me to watch. I love baseball, so anytime I get to see those guys throw, it's pretty awesome. One guy I wish we were seeing early was Kai Tang. I know he's out for a little bit right now, but hopefully get to see him, towards the middle of camp, end of camp, and that's a guy I'm super, super excited about. So,
I know we got to let you go, but two critical questions. One, how are you going to handle when the resurgent Warriors pass the Sacramento Kings in the Western Conference? How you handle it? Are you ready? We're coming. Don't look in the rear view, buddy.
I don't know about
We're coming.
that. We do have a tough schedule coming up, but yeah, it's looking at their schedule. I had, we got to go to the Fan Fest. I actually got to talk to Jay Triano a little bit, and that was fun. Actually, at the concert that we had,
You were fanboying out.
I was fanboying out big time. And it was really cool to be able to talk to them. But, those guys got crushed on a couple of road trips in the first half. So I know they're at home a little bit more this second half. I think they have the second most home games in the NBA.
I'm keeping an eye.
And Sacramento, good place to play.
Light the beam.
Light the beam. And, there's that crowd's going to bring it every single
And then
day.
the other one is, and this is for Marcus and you, how did it we asked you, I think, before the Super Bowl. It's the Niners and the Chiefs. It's your nightmare. How'd you process the Chiefs planting the flag in your dome?
I actually didn't see that until a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or not. It was like a week after the Super Bowl. But, hopefully those guys, the Raiders players, just take a picture of that and put it in the middle of the
you're
put it
ready.
in their
Yeah.
locker.
Maybe some extra motivation for your guy Max Crosby.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Antonio Pierce came out and he said the Mahomes rules and stuff.
Yeah.
I love that. Fuel the fire.
Look at you guys.
Yeah,
It's like the Dodgers.
We did kick their ass in December when they
You guys
did.
set them on their way. I
we
think
did.
that loss caused them to
I know.
reassess everything.
Last time they lost, Raiders.
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
Who you get to power rank? Who do you want at quarterback? Who's under center next year?
Man, I don't know.
You get Justin Fields. It could be J.J. McCarthy, Bo Nix,
I mean,
Aiden O'Connell.
Logan, you're a former quarterback. Let's get you out there in the silver and black.
No, I would be terrible.
You got to have a dream scenario. Do you want Fields?
Dream scenario would be Tom Brady loses 10 years on his life. And
You'd take him?
Yeah.
Well, he won't even say the name. He's still mad about the tuck rule.
Oh, man. We had Yaz waxing poetics about Brady earlier. I was like, I need Logan Webb. I need some Raider football.
All right, we got to let you go.
Yeah,
Logan's got to go. Always great, Logan Webb.
Phenomenal.
Congrats on all you accomplished last year with the Cy Young, and now on to bigger and better things, right?
Yep. Thank
Logan
you guys.
Webb, the
Thanks
voice
for
of the
having us.
Giants.
Light the
On
beam,
KNBR
baby.
104.5 and 680, the sports leader.
Light the beam.